Hello, hi, how is everybody today? It is Monday, March 25th, 2013, and I'm thinking, uh, let's see, it's 34 degrees and snowing out in Cincinnati, and my hair looks weird here. Um, and I've got my hair up in a ponytail today because I got the lady sweats, if you know what I'm saying. Um, Whew. So, happy Monday. Hold on just a second. I'm going to bring people up to me. Felt kind of weird. Okay. So, that's better. Sort of. Kind of. Okay. I didn't write any show notes, so we'll see how fast this goes. Because I don't have a lot to ramble about. I'm just going to go through pretty much what I did last week and then move on. Okay, so first up is, let's see, charity type things. It is still March, and March ends on next Sunday, so you still have time to participate in things like knitting something yellow for Craft Me Happy, who is Rachel. She is doing it for Endometriosis Awareness Month. I also have endometriosis. It is, we don't know how women get this in the first place, and so there's no way to prevent it from happening. But it kind of makes other things in your body less functional besides your uterus. And so there needs to be more research done for it, and hopefully that will come along soon. That sounded so stupid, the way I said it. But in the mail today, I also got this. I'll put it up real close. It's a little kitty with a heart, and Rachel made these. It's just on a little string, and it's a yellow kitty to represent yellow's the color for endometriosis awareness. And the kitty's got a heart because when you've got killer cramps, you really need to grab onto something sometimes and cry. Wait for it to go away. So, you've got a week. You can knit a hat. You can knit a scarf in a week. Knit something yellow and then post it in her thread. And I'm going to, anybody who participates, there's going to be a giveaway, and you can win any skein of yarn that's in my shop. So do that. And it's also the last week for Lemknit Crochet's fundraiser for histiocytosis. And if you donate $5, then you get a chance to win a prize. Some people donate more than that. With every $5 increment, you get another chance to be entered into the drawing again for giveaways. So that's pretty neat. I talked a lot about that last week. So you can catch that if you want. Okay. So, yes, help out Lauren, help out, well, support us people with the endo, because it's a hurt. And then knitting on the fly. Miss Katie, she has just started her fundraising for the oyster race that's taking place in Minneapolis. And if you donate each month, if you donate in March, then you'll have a chance to win a skein of yarn from my shop in March. If you donate in April, then whatever's in my shop in April, you have a chance to win a skein then. May, etc., etc. And she's doing that for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I spoke last week about how important the Make-A-Wish Foundation is to me and my family. My cousin Nicholas had cystic fibrosis, and he was like a little brother to me. And the Make-A-Wish Foundation made a lot of his wishes come true. So they're a very legitimate organization in my mind, and they've done great things for people that I love. So I'd like to give back where I can. And then other fun knit-alongs, there is, knitting in circles. You've got a week to knit something pop culture related. So you could do that. And then Sheila and Wendy of Knit One Heart 2, they are doing a dishcloth knit-along. That's so simple. So simple. You can get that done in a week. A lot of these you can get done real quick. Okay. So, that's that. I got that done in 6 minutes and 53 seconds. Alright. Let's see. Knitting. I bound off on my daybreak last night. Well, this morning, last night. It was after midnight. Pardon me, my nose is just like drippy drip. Ugh. Sorry. Where was I going? Oh, my daybreak. If you've knit it before, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I only did the small size, and I'm kind of grateful because it was a slog after a while. I really wanted to be done with it. So it's currently drying, and I will show it next week. Ugh, I feel bad about my neck. One of my other ailments is hypothyroidism. So I'm very self-conscious of my neck area because I don't know if it's noticeable to other people, but it is to me. I can notice it. So, does she have any insecurities? Yes, of course. Who doesn't? So that's that. Okay, so I knit the daybreak, and that's going to be part of a Nerd Wars entry. Oh, this Nerd Wars thing. I'm really glad that next month is the last month because it doesn't feel fun anymore. It feels like a chore. Especially because one of the challenges is to complete 2 works in progress that you had during the month, or you can just knit 2 other projects. So I'm including my daybreak as one of those, and I wasn't reading really carefully about exactly what the challenge was, and I thought it was for my own nerdery, which is Team That's What She Said, and so I thought I could just riff off of that. But no, it is riffing off of another nerdery, and you have to find a flashback where people in another nerdery are in a flashback. That was really exhausting and time consuming to try to figure out. I joined my team so that I could go, okay, I remember this and this and this off the top of my head. So when I finished the daybreak, I figured I would just BS it with one of my shows. And that's not the case. I have to BS it with another nerdery. So today I did find something that will go with my daybreak shawl, which is, I showed my daybreak a few times in my other episodes. It's a pink and green, and it's also part of the Stockinette Zombies Zombie Knitpocalypse retreat knit along that's going on. So it's all knit up for that. And so my challenge for finding a flashback for another nerdery, to incorporate that, I am going with, there's a team called Team Cancelled, and if you watch Knit Spring Farm, that is Joanna, and she's on part of Team Cancelled, and Team Cancelled is dedicated to television shows that lasted 3 seasons or less. And so I went with Arrested Development because that's one of my favorite shows. And there's a part in Arrested Development where the children are taught an important life lesson, which is to always leave a note. And so at one point they are being taught this lesson about always leaving a note, and they're on a boat, and it's all of them as kids. And so Lindsay and Buster, Lindsay's wearing a pink shirt, Buster's wearing a green shirt. I'm just going with that. And then I'm going to need to do one other project real quick. So that's either going to be a hat or a scarf. And it's just going to be completely black. And then the flashback is going to be from Arrested Development, because sometimes when they want to have a flashback, the screen just goes completely black, and then it says, for something along the lines of, for unknown reasons, we cannot show this flashback at this time. So, I'll use that and go with that. Yes. Okay. And then my other Nerd Wars project that I completed today, well, yesterday, was for, they have a challenge where you look at nerdy t-shirts and then make a project based on the nerdy t-shirt. And it also has to do with your nerdery. And our team also has a Team Unity project this month, which is to create anything that has to do with the song Smelly Cat. If you've ever watched Friends, Phoebe Buffay sings a song called Smelly Cat. And so I happened to find a t-shirt on Redbubble that had Smelly Cat on it. And so I knit Smelly Cat finger puppet. This cat looks like it's been on the streets of New York for a long time and probably has that cat stank. Yes? Yes. Meow. Meow. So that's that. Eyes and nose are from 6060 on Etsy. Best place to get eyes and noses. Okay. What else? I'm only 15 minutes in. This isn't too bad. Let's see. Show some yarn. I've got yarn to show. I don't have a name for this yarn yet. Of course, it'll be named after a waterway in Maryland. But this is single ply worsted yarn, and I really like the feel of it. It's also superwash, so we got colors. That green is not showing up anywhere near the green color that it is, because it should be an emerald green. Wow, that is terrible. What if I don't have... Wow, that's so bad. There we go. So this is all very soft and squishy. I enjoy this. So I think there's 218 yards in this. It's a worsted. Maybe there's slightly more. But I've dyed up a few, and I'm sending a few off to people. You never know what's going to be in your mailbox. So that's that. This is actually a black cherry kind of color. Yes, that's closer to it. And then this is just a seaside blue. I do a lot of blue colorways because I like the color blue. Okay. And don't forget this cowl. This cowl pattern. If you go on Etsy and you buy a skein of my worsted weight yarn, you will get a hard copy of this pattern included. It is printed on cardstock and it is put in a nice sleeve that you can just stick into a binder, because everybody has binders still, right? And Ravelry has certainly changed things for how people do things with patterns. I still have binders that are completely full of dishcloth patterns, and I can't bear to toss them out. And I never know which patterns are, I mean, I could just go look them up, but let's face it, I'm kind of lazy sometimes. So that's that. So yes, buy a skein of worsted and you get this pattern. Okay, and let's see. Alright, so I'm also still working on my project for Rachel's endometriosis, KAL, and I'm knitting a Penelope, and I guess I haven't gotten really anywhere with it since the last time. This is a brown sheep, sunflower yellow, and I think this is oatmeal. But I need to get that done. And oh, as you know, I have an addiction to buying bags, and so this is my latest enabling crab bag. I love it because I grew up in Maryland, and now I have a crab bag. So even though I would never eat a crab in Cincinnati, I now have some crabs in Cincinnati. And this is, of course, a Girl Cave bag. Let's see. There you go. By the lovely Rista 1313. So, I'm kind of, bad news for bag makers. I'm sort of on a hiatus, but don't fret. Because I've made a new rule. I can only buy bags for other people. So, that'll be fun, won't it? Okay, and then I got my package from Katie the other day. Because I participated in Snuggletopia and I was on Katie's team. I wanted all of my knitters and crocheters and sewers to do it for Katie. She came in 3rd place, 4th place. Heather, the underdog, won. Katie's gonna win next year. But my prize that she drew for me was this yarn. It's just called the Fat Purple One. It's by nativity.com. So there's a lot of yardage on this. So purple's not my favorite color, but there are many people who have purple as a favorite color. So I will be knitting for somebody else using this yarn. So there's that. And last night, Miss Sadie referred to me as a mean enabler because I enabled her to buy some wool miza from the Loopy U. I don't know that it was mean. It was evil, but it wasn't mean. But, so my enabling this week, I did not get it from the Upiloo. I did not get it from the Loopy U. I got it from one of my friends, and she is on Ravelry, and she is doing a destash, so you should always check her out. Her name is Bengali Bob, and I bought these two from her. They're both called We're Different, and these are different from each other. This one is more of a red that goes to a brick to kind of a brown. There we go, that's a lot more accurate. So, and this is twin, so the stuff I got the other week was pure. And this one just stays a little more red. Kind of bluish hues to it, but it's not purpley. It becomes a nice dark red. There's like a tomato red right there. So, and these are also pretty stiff. So there's that. Okay, let's see. Tonight, Passover Eve, which means matzah time, which means enjoy crackers. Do you enjoy crackers? You should enjoy crackers. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing this shirt to kind of, because I was showing the yarn from last week, where I was like, this is what I'm inspired by. Pardon the cash in the till. It's just kind of there. Can't do much about that. But I wanted to kind of give you a better idea of my color selection. Why I selected it, I should say. I'm going to have a sip of tea right here, so excuse me. Pardon. Okay. So we got Passover coming. It's snowing on Passover, so Elijah will be coming to the house on a sled. And what else? Let's see. And there are no matzos on this side of town, which is kind of annoying, but also interesting. The Manischewitz Matzo Cracker Company was started in Cincinnati. Yes. Manischewitz started in Cincinnati. So you would think, like, every Kroger would have a big old supply of Manischewitz matzo crackers in many flavors here in Cincinnati in every store. But they don't. My husband ran around to a couple of different stores and finally found some for me. Bless his Irish Catholic, lapsed Catholic heart. So I got a lot of matzah in my future, if you know what I mean. because during Passover you don't eat any leavened foods. And you're also supposed to clean your house from top to bottom. I'm actually waiting until Wednesday to do that because I'm waiting for Amazon to deliver some cleaning products. And then, what else was I gonna say? I don't know. It's not like we're gonna have people over or anything, but it's just little traditions that I want to keep up with and do. Let's see. Enabling, yes, I showed off my Maza. I showed off my girl cave bag, and I did buy some fiber from Highland Handmaids the other week, but I have plans for it, so I'm not showing it. I'm sure you can understand. So I think that's it. I should be doing another podcast next Tuesday. So that'll be April 2nd, which is good for all of you because, then I won't be podcasting on April 1st. I come from a long line of pranksters, and April 1st is also a holiday in my family. At one point, one year my sister and I, we sewed our dad's underwear flaps all together. So no matter which pair he picked from the drawer that day, that was a good time. It's always great to prank an unpredictable father. You never know what'll happen. So, okay. I think that's it. I hope you all have a great week, and if you are celebrating Passover this week, I hope that you enjoy all of your kosher food as well, and I hope you have a lot more luck finding matzah crackers than I've had. And Smelly Cat says bye-bye. Adios. Bye, everyone.